let's focus in on, you know what? We're going to kind of save the draft stuff for last. Now, look, this is just clearly a rumor. In fact, I don't even know if I want to like label it as a rumor because technically, no, not technically, because this player is still under contract for this upcoming season. So for the 2024-25 season. So it's like a light rumor. I don't even know how to technically say what this is, but there was a tweet that was put out, and that's a lot of this show is me just kind of reacting to tweets. You guys know how I do things here. So there was a tweet that was put out, and I guess this is all really coming from somebody who covers the Golden State Warriors, I believe. And so maybe he heard it from a source, and this will eventually become like official. I don't know, but I feel like it's at least worth spending a few minutes on. But let's talk about Kevon Looney. And I'm not sure if other Suns podcasts have covered this already. Whatever. You guys are here for my opinion, so I'm going to give it to you guys. And I appreciate you guys for letting me do that. So, I always butcher this guy's last name, and I'm probably going to butcher the other last name, but I'm going to do my best. Please forgive me in the comments, y'all. Evan Sedri, or Sediri, however you pronounce that. Evan Sedri puts out, Kevon Looney will likely be released by the Warriors to save money on their tax bill per Tim Kawakami. I probably butchered that. I do apologize. So according to somebody who covers the Warriors, Kevon Looney will likely be released by the Warriors to save money on their tax bill. Only $3 million of Kevon Looney's $8 million salary is fully guaranteed until it fully locks in on June 24th. If Kevon Looney is released, expect plenty of interest. Now, again, I didn't listen to what that podcast guy said. It's linked if you guys want to go check it out in Evan's tweet here. And Evan is right. You know, he is still under contract. You can go to Spot Track. You can look up his contract and everything. Technically, it's for $8 million, but only $3 million of it's guaranteed because the Warriors didn't win the championship. And I did read a quote here that says, and I assume this is from the Warriors Plus Minus podcast. That's where all this is coming from, I believe. Quote, I think the likeliest situation is that he's cut and he makes $3 million from the Warriors and he's off looking for another spot because, again, that $3 million is guaranteed. And there will be another spot for him in this league. Kawakami, I hope I pronounced that right, said on the Warriors Plus Minus podcast, quote, teams are going to want him again for a very low number if they're going to want him. And then also, sorry, I'm just reading something real quick. Okay, cool. And then also I saw Gerald Bourguet from PHNX, who does great work. He's been writing like crazy. He just does incredible work. Gerald Bourguet said this. He kind of did like a deeper dive on Kevon Looney. And after the show, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can read it. It's on gophnx.com. Suns centers, targets, vet minimum, 2024 free agency. Very bottom, it's on Kevon Looney. This was one of Gerald's quotes here. And I quote, if Kevon Looney becomes available, there simply isn't a better option that could be had in free agency at a vet minimum price tag. Not only would he serve as a high-end backup, but he's one of the few bigs on this list capable of starting in a playoff setting and holding his own, close quote. So, Kevon Looney, y'all. And I meant to do this sooner, but let me just look up his stats. Not really like stats are everything, but it's important. So last season, I'm looking it up here. I'll share the screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Here's Kevon Looney's stats. Played in 74 games, so was pretty much healthy. Because remember, the league minimum now to win awards is 65 games. So he played in 74. Only 4 points per game, 5.7 rebounds. You probably want to see that get a little higher, but a real thing to factor in here is, I forgot his name, like Jackson Davis or something like that. Their other young rookie forward, center, or whatever. He took a lot of minutes because he kind of had like his breakout season, if you will. Kevon Looney also shot nearly 60% from the field, by the way. Not a great free throw shooter either, 67.5%, not great. But he's played in 523 games throughout his career. Not to mention he's a 3-time NBA champion. And that's another thing that I think is really important. Whether you've won 1 title or you've won 3 or you've won 10, winning a championship, it's a lot. Like you have that experience. You know what to do in certain situations. You have all that playing time and experience and stories you can bring to a team. So anybody who has a ring that comes to the Phoenix Suns, I think is an instant impact. Like Damian Lee. Like, I know he didn't play all last season, but the dude has won a ring before. That's got to count for something. Like going back to Matt Hopkins or Mike Hopkins, the Washington coach that we just hired that I completely forgot his name. Like that dude, you know, I know he hasn't won like a college championship, but like the dude has so many years of experience from one of the greatest coaches ever. It's like, that's got to be worth something. You know what I mean? Like all that experience has to be worth something, especially coming to a team with championship aspirations and pressure and excitement and whatever word you want to use, coming to a team like the Phoenix Suns. That is huge. I will take that. And again, just remember, you guys, he's still under contract. And with all due respect to Kevon Looney, because I've always liked Kevon Looney. I would welcome a Kevon Looney for the right price. But when I was reading all this and kind of prepping for the live show, I couldn't stop thinking about, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm a bigger fan of Andre Drummond, and maybe my guy Super Mario Hoops, who's in here, will completely disagree with me and tell me why we should not pursue Andre Drummond. I kept thinking like Andre Drummond or like probably like 5 other targets that I would want. And that's no disrespect to Kevon Looney. Like, I get it. I see the vision. I do. Heck, who knows? Maybe the Phoenix Suns go out and get him and he's like a great impact player. And I'm just sitting here eating my words. But like, I don't know. Like, I would prefer like an Andre Drummond. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, though. Would you want the Phoenix Suns, if Kevon Looney does become a free agent, would you want the Phoenix Suns to pursue Kevon Looney? Especially for the minimum. If it's for the minimum, why not? And like Saul says right here, why not both, geek? Screw it. Let's do it, man. Like, I'm down. Like, just say, hey, we got a new coaching staff. We got new front office people. We got our big 3. Come here and win a championship on the vet minimum. Go get both of them. Like Raymond just says yes. Like, yes. Go get both of them. Screw it. You know what I mean? Like, I agree. Now, I probably should have focused a lot of this show with the whole Nurkic stuff. And first off, those are just rumors too, by the way. I know there's a lot of like stuff going around like Nurkic could get thrown in this. I know. I am not there yet as a content creator, podcast, or whatever you want to call me. I am not there yet. I'm not there in my mind with the whole Nurkic trade stuff. But I will say this, you guys. With the draft being in T-minus 2 weeks, maybe I should start prepping for potential use of Nurkic trades. Now, again, nothing is official. There has been no report. There's been nothing of real credibility or whatever sources that have said, yeah, the Suns are actively pursuing a Nurkic trade. No, that has not been reported. Like, even Mike Budenholzer, when he was hired, was like, yeah, we have our starting five like under contract, like, or he said something like that, but he mentioned the starting five. And I know with Mike Budenholzer in his system, Nurk may not be the best fit, but I would make a few arguments for keeping Nurkic. I don't know. But again, let's stay on topic here, y'all. Like, I love what Saul said. Like, why not both? Go get Kevon Looney on the minimum, and let's see if we can talk Andre Drummond for a fair price. And that's what I said. When I made that YouTube short about Andre Drummond, I said, like, what is Andre Drummond's price? And like, I would, if I was the GM of the Phoenix Suns, I would pay a decent amount, but not like, I wouldn't overpay it. As big of a fan as I am of Drummond, I would not like overpay for Andre Drummond. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Last thing on the Kevon Looney thing, kind of like I said, Looney is a champion. He is experienced. Love the move. Yeah, like, I didn't even talk about his experience. Like, well, I kind of mentioned the games. He's played in over 500 NBA games, but he's played in some pivotal NBA playoff games, NBA finals games, and the dude's been there. He's been through the fire, if you will. Like, the dude's experience would be huge. And think of the players he's played with. Even though I hate him now, like Draymond Green and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, been coached by Steve Kerr, and Bob Myers was their GM. Like, the dude's got experience. Let's do it. Go bring Kevon Looney in on the minimum. Just do it. Warriors, it's time to face facts. You guys got to just keep Steph Curry around, do a strong retool around that, let everyone else go, embrace the future, keep Steph Curry for as long as possible. But anyways. All right, y'all. I like the Andre Drummond move better than Kevon Looney because I feel for some reason he's more reliable and that you'll know he'll do his job. Yeah, y'all, like I could do a whole, not really a whole show, but I could do a decent amount of show on Andre Drummond, why I'm a big fan of him. I mean, the dude, oh, by the way, I think Kevon Looney's only 28, 29. Someone fact check me on that. Andre Drummond's like 30. It feels like the dude's been in the league forever, but he's only 30, y'all. Like, he still fits our timeline. Go get both of them, man.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.